Good evening. Welcome all to the fourth session of the webinar Arduino for school students. And previously, we have discussed about the Arduino board, breadboard, LED resistors, push button, LDR, digital write function, digital read, variable name, if else. And in the last Saturday's class, we discussed about analog read and serial monitor. And in case of the tutorial 2, Bhadresh, we have submitted the tutorial, and some request is there to give some real-time applications, and the most of the real-time applications are with respect to 230 volt AC. So only with that is concerning the safety as well as the precautional measures taken. Precautional measures only. We are not going for such AC circuits. So anyhow, we will be giving a demo at the last. Okay. And this is truly project based. That is, a student who attend this workshop can surely make his own project or a movable robot and can submit for his own assignment or his project work likewise. Okay. And there is a late attendees or those who joined the meeting lately can get the recorded videos from our website and utilize it as a study material. Okay. Now we can pass on to today's subject, and today's subject is about the motor. And here we are going to use an 100 rpm DC motor which operates within an voltage range of 3 to 12 volts, and it can have a current of 40 to 180 milliamps. So it is not advisable to connect it directly to the Arduino board. Anyhow, for this simulation purpose alone, I will be connecting it directly to the Arduino board. And for the demonstration, today we will not be having any demonstrations. And for the demonstration, I will connect it through the driver IC. So first, just to make you understand the working only, I am connecting it directly to the Arduino board. Okay. And the motor which we are about to use is 100 RPM. And you can have, we can have motors from 100 to 300 RPM also. But we are interested in this 100 RPM motor. And the operating voltage is 3 to 12 volts. This is the circuit, and I have connected. That is, my aim is to switch on the motor when I press the switch, and the motor comes to off state once I release the switch. So I have connected the 5 volts to the input terminal of the switch, push button switch. See here, this is the 5 volt rail which is connected to the 5 volt pin of the Arduino, and the other one is the ground pin or the ground. This is the ground rail, and the input side is pulled down to 0 by using an 330 that is a 10, not 330, 10 kilo ohm resistor, by using a 10 kilo ohm resistor. And the output side is connected to the 7th pin of the Arduino. So the 7th pin is the digital input pin, and the negative terminal of the motor is connected to the ground, and the positive terminal of the motor is connected to the digital pin 3. So now we should make this digital pin 3 as the output pin and digital pin 7 as the input pin. So we can go directly for the simulation and we can do it. Let me close this. Create a new circuit. Here we are in need of our breadboard as well as the Arduino board. And we are in need of a push button switch. And a resistor. Also, we are in need of an motor, a hobby or a DC motor, gear motor. So I can rotate this. Okay. So let me rotate this also. and its value is 10K. 10K. So let me take the ground and 5 volt first. So as per our notation, it should be black, and this is the 5 volt. Okay, and this is red color. Okay, let me connect the switch or the push button switch, the 5 volt. Again, the color coding red, and this, I'll change it here. It is easy for us. Okay, and this should be connected to the ground, black color. Okay, and that is the switch is connected to the, that is again this the negative terminal of the motor to the ground. You can use the black color. Okay, and now we can have two things. One is the motor as well as the switch. So as per our discussion, it is to be connected to the third pin. Okay, now let it be green in color, or we can change it into orange. And the switch, from the switch you can take an wire, and we can connect it to pin number 7 and let it be blue. Okay, so now all our connections are over. Now we can go for the simulation. So coding and code. So show the block as well as the text. So remove the previous code or the default code which is available here. And first we have to read the switch. To read the switch, we have to place a variable name, and let us name it as button state. Button state. Okay, and we have to set that button state to some values. Okay, it is button state is now 0, but what our experiment does is, or what our program should do is, it should read the input pin. So input pin means the pin to which the push button is connected. This push button is connected to pin number 7, so we should read that. So take the input block, that is digital read. It is a digital pin, so digital read of pin number 7. Pin number 7. See here, it is declared now. That is pin number 7 is declared as the input pin. So based upon that, our motor should work. That is the output pin 3 should work. For that, we are giving a control. Go to the control block. As in the previous cases, take the if else block. If else block. And here we are checking our condition. That is, if this press button or push button state is equal to 1, that is, once we push the button, that is, at that time the motor should run. All other time the motor should be at rest. So for that, we have to go for the decision making from the mathematical block or max block. Take this decision, and it should compare the button state, this variable button state. And if this button state is equal to 1, that is high. High means here 1. Then what should happen? This output should be made high. Set pin, and this pin number is 3. That is, we have connected this, that is the output to pin number 3. See here, pin number 3. Okay. Actually, the motor gets the supply from that pin number 3. That is the output pin. Okay. So we have to code it here. So output pin 3 should be made high when the button state is equal to 1. Else, that is the output pin 3 should be low. So again, the output pin 3 should be low. So this is all about our codings. That is, we have initialized the button state to read the read the button using a variable name button state. Then pin 7 is made as an input pin. Pin 3 is made as an output pin. Then we have come for this, that is the coding. That is, if button state is equal to digital read of pin number 7, that is the input is read by the in the button state, and if it is equal to, that is, if it is compared with 1, and if it is equal to 1, then the output pin should be made high. If it is not equal to 1, that is, then it will be low. That is, if it is low, it should, that is the else condition should be satisfied. So that's the code, and let us run the simulation. Start simulation. And see here, here's a shaft here. It is somewhat difficult to identify it. I will maximize this. And if this code runs, this shaft will be rotating, and at the same time the RPM will be displayed here. So I am pressing the button here. See here, it is rotating at 51 RPM. The that is speed is low because we are just using 5-volt supply from the Arduino board. Anyhow, it is not advisable to directly connect the motor to the Arduino board, but just for the simulation purpose only I have done this. So we should not do it practically when we are doing it the hardware. Okay. Okay. If I release the switch, it comes to 0 RPM. That is, it is not running. So once again, if I press this switch, it is running with an speed of 51 RPM. Okay, that's all about this circuit. And the case is, it is easy to control a single motor. But when we are going for some movable projects, that is a robot like that, something a moving project, that is which crawls or rolls on the floor or some surface, we need two motors to control the two directions, or to turn left, to turn right, to go back or come forward, whatever it may be. We are about to control two motors, and that motor should go forward as well as go backward, as well as it should turn left as well as turn right. So in such condition, the same motor should rotate in forward direction as well as in direct reverse direction. For that, we'll be using the driver ICs. Anyhow, now I'm not interested to introduce you the driver IC. By using the board itself, how can we control the motor to rotate forward as well as rotate backward? I will show the demonstration of that using an already coded Tinkercad project that I have with me. Okay, you can listen it. So motor reverse. Yes, this is my project that I have coded for you. And this is the case. First, we can discuss the connections of this. So the connections are, that is, the ground is connected to this negative rail, and the plus 5 volt is connected to the positive rail. The same thing, that is, the plus 5 volt is connected to the input side of the switch, as well as the output side of the switch is grounded through a 10K resistor. It is a 10K resistor, and the output side is also connected to pin number 7. Now pin number 7 is the input pin, and previously I connected the motor to the ground, negative terminal of the motor to the ground. But what I have done now is, I have connected the negative terminal of the motor to the 12, pin number 12, and the positive terminal to the pin number 11. So both 0 volt and 5, that is the ground and the 5 volt, should be provided from the Arduino board. That is through our program. So only we have connected both these terminal to the Arduino board. So to make the motor properly rotate, that is in the forward direction, to make it rotate in the forward direction, we should give 5 volt to, that is the pin number 11, or high to pin number 11 and low to pin number 12. If you want to reverse the direction of the motor, then you should give high to pin number 12 and low to pin number 11. So this is the theme of this connection. So let us see the code. I will show you the code. See here. So to read the button state, I have used the button state variable, and it reads the pin number 7, that is the input pin. And if button state is equal to 1, that is once the button is pressed, if the button is pressed, my motor should go backwards, else it should run in forward direction. So if this condition is true, when the button is pressed, it should go backward. So to go make it move backward, pin number 11 should be made low and pin number 12 should be made high. See here, this pin number 11 should be made low. That is the opposite polarity what we have did for the normal working should be given. And the pin number 12 should be made high to make it rotate in the reverse direction. And this, the code which comes inside the else condition will give the normal operation, that is the pin number 11 should be high and pin number 12 should be low. Okay, and we can download that code also. Just we can see the code, what is there in the code. Okay, so we can have the practical sessions in the next class with that driver IC. See here, I'll minimize this. Here input integer button state is equal to 0. This is the initial condition, and pin mode 7 is the input pin, and here we have two output pins, that is pin number 11 and pin number 12. And inside the loop what we have written is, if button state is equal to digital read, and if the button state is equal to 1, that is it is when it is compared with 1, and if it is equal to 1, then pin number 11 should be made low and pin number 12 should be made high. That is when the button is pressed, this condition should be satisfied. If the button is not pressed, it is doing its normal operation, that is forward movement, and at that condition the pin number 11 should be high and the pin number 12 should be low. That's the code. That is the, this is the block and this is the code. And let us go for the simulation. So let me press the button to start simulation. I'm pressing the button. Once I press the button, this is now running in the forward direction with 30 RPM. I am about to press the button. See here, it now becomes minus 30 RPM. I will just enlarge the screen. So it is now 30 RPM with normal operation. I am going to press this button. Once I press the button, it becomes minus 30 RPM. That is, it is rotating in opposite direction. Okay, I think now you are clear with this code. That is here. I am pressing this button and the direction of the motor changes. So in the next class, we will be connecting two motors to an driver IC, and we'll be having the demo also in the next class. Okay. So now we can go to our presentation part. That is, so you practice your own tutorial with the circuit and send it to us. through our mail. Okay, so this is our mail ID achieversvt@gmail.com, and give the subject as tutorial 3. Okay, and those who missed the previous classes or those who joined the today class later, that is by late, and you can visit our site, and that is achieversvirtualuni.com, and from that you go to the navigate to the courses menu, and in the courses menu you can have all the videos. So far we have done all the 3 videos, and the 4th video will also be updated today. Okay, Arduino basic part 3, Arduino basic part 2, Arduino basic part 1, all those videos are there, and you can utilize them. Okay, so here we conclude the today's session. Thank you one and all. Okay, so we can meet in the next session on the next Saturday. Okay, thank you.